Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott, and you are in the Prog Corner, where I'm going to be talking about a bunch of non-prog albums because, well, that's what I like to do this time of year. You know, what I have found is that the more prog that I listen to, the less non-prog that I get a chance to listen to. As I listened to over 300 new prog albums this year, it meant less time to listen to all the other stuff. So as I was preparing for this episode, I was cramming. I was listening to a lot of stuff that I hadn't listened to all year. And man, it's embarrassing how many albums I did not get around to listening to. Sad, in fact, but here we go. I'm going to talk about my honorable mentions. This is basically 16 through 30. So at number 16, I got Waxahachie, Tiger's Blood. I love Katie Crutchfield and her sister Allison too, but fantastic stuff. Los Campesinos came out with a new album, All Hell. Madhu Mokhtar, amazing. If Jimi Hendrix came from Africa. Beth Gibbons from Portishead, her first solo album, Lives Outgrown. MJ Lenderman, who was all over that new Waxahachie album, his latest, Manning Fireworks. Christopher Owens, one of my favorite artists of all time, from Girls. I Want to Run Barefoot Through Your Hair. How did I miss that release? I just listened to it. It's amazing. Makes my list. Kim Gordon, The Collective. The Lemon Twigs, an album that a lot of people fell in love with this year, and I agree. A Dream Is All We Know. Judas Priest kind of started the year with Invisible Shield, real good. MGMT comes back with Loss of Life. Godspeed You, Black Emperor, no title as of 13 February 2024. Smashing Pumpkins do their most proggy album with the Agori Mori May, Mercury Rev with the Born Horses, Being Dead with Eels, and at number 30, I've got Yard Act with the Where's My Utopia. But here we go. This is the top 15 right here. I just wanted to rattle those off because those are all really good albums and worthy of mention. At number 15, you know, we lost David Bowie, so the world is kind of looking for that, like, spiritual guru of rock that's been through all the, you know, who thought it was going to be Nick Cave that was taking over the throne, kind of, sort of. He's getting, you know, really celebrated in very strange places these days, and why not? His music is fantastic. And this one here, Wild God, the 18th album with the Bad Seeds, fantastic. He's on quite a run now, man. Ghosteen from 2019 was good. The Skeleton Tree from 2016 was great. Late era heroics from this guy, man, just amazing. At number 14, kind of the same thing for this old dude, man. It's Richard Thompson. Yeah, that, you know, British folk hero, best known for his days with Fairport Convention, but that was like, what, almost 60 years ago now? Speaking of which, he's got Dave Maddox playing drums on this. The album was recorded in Woodstock. Real good, fantastic album. Ship to Shore. At number 13, I'm going with Taylor Swift and the Tortured Poets Department. Not my favorite release by Taylor. She's done better, I think, personally. But, you know, she's got Jack Antonoff and Aaron Dessner with her. This album spent 17 weeks at number 1. It's her 7th album to opening week have 1 million copies sold. And her 10th album in a row to hit number 1 on the Billboard charts at number 12. It's her competition, man. It's Sabrina Carpenter. I remember this girl when she was on the Disney Channel. You knew she had something special going on. But this album totally broke her. Believe it or not, it is her 6th overall. I guess the first 4 kind of don't count because it was like when she was a little kid doing that little Disney kind of stuff. You know, like Alanis Morissette had all those little kiddie albums that she wanted no one to know about early on. But anyway, this album hit number 1. 2 of the singles hit number 1, Espresso and Please, Please, Please. So, yeah, I'm sorry. The year started out with her opening for Taylor Swift on the Eras Tour, and it kind of ended with her being the biggest star in the world. Not a bad year for Sabrina Carpenter at number 11. Her first solo album, how's that possible, Kim Deal? Her very first solo album, Nobody Loves You More. Fantastic record. Really enjoying it. Steve Albini is involved with 8 of the 11 tracks on here. And this is kind of, I think, maybe the last thing he was involved with before his death. You've got Sister Kelly. You got Jimmy Mack on the drums. You got Mando Lopez on Are we talking about the Breeders? Are we talking about Kim Deal solo album? Whatever. This album's cool. There's some horns here and there and some flute. Unexpected, really cool, fantastic. Number 10, yes, the band she defected. It's Pixies and their 9th album, The Night the Zombies Came. I was prepared to hate this album for a variety of reasons, not least of which is, again, another lineup change, another bass player, out with Paz, Len Chanton from A Perfect Circle. In comes Emma Richardson from Band of Skulls, so that's pretty cool, but yeah, the name and all the horror movie references kind of made me feel like maybe he was jumping the shark here. Poppycock, man, when songs are as good as Motorola and the Vegas Suite, just enormously fantastic. What a great comeback story for Pixies. You know, people always want to talk about early Pixies. The new stuff's great. Get over it. At number 9, yeah, Ireland's greatest band is Fontaines DC and their 4th album, Romance. This is their first for XL. They jumped ship, and I guess they got a big, nice, fat paycheck. This album was actually kept off the number 1 spot by Sabrina Carpenter in the UK. It hit number 2. Its predecessor, Skinty Feel, was the one that kind of broke them. Fantastic band. Songs like Starburster, Bug, and you really need to check out a track called Favorite on here. Oh, just fantastic band. Fontaines DC. At number 8, you could almost say that these guys, these girls, these ladies, these young women, whatever, could have made my prog chart list. And it is The Last Dinner Party, Prelude to Ecstasy. This is their debut. It is Emily Roberts on guitar, Lizzie Mayland on guitar and vocals, Abigail Morris on vocals, as she's the lead singer, Georgia Davies on bass, and Aurora Nishevsky on keyboards. I know I butchered her last name for sure. Baroque pop, a la, well, if Queen, Kate Bush, ABBA, St. Vincent, and Lana Del Rey all got together. This album hit number 1 in the UK, and nobody's ever heard of them in the US, so we got our work cut out for us to do here, boys and girls. At number 7, it's an old favorite. Oh, it's the return of Vampire Weekend. After their last one, Father of the Bride, is really more or less just an Ezra Koenig solo album. This not only brings, you know, everybody in the band back together, but you actually have a return of Rostam Batmanglij, which I can never pronounce his name, but whatever. This is a really, really good album that a lot of people slept on. Only God Was Above Us is the title. Their 5th album, produced by Dave Friedman. So if you like Mercury Rev and if you like Flaming Lips, that kind of production, this is a great album. Songs like Capricorn, Ice Cream Piano, Pravda, Hope. Yeah, Vampire Weekend is back. Number 6, it's St. Vincent. And I say St. Vincent is back because I really didn't care about Daddy's Home. Her new album, All Born Screaming, her 7th album, brings her back to where she needs to be, which is the 90s revitalism. You know, that's her wheelhouse, man. You know, but I'm the guy that loves her first 2 albums above everything else in her discography. So what do I know? But I really like this record. And she's got a little companion piece, Todos Nacen Gritando, which is a full-length remix album. You see, that's what we want out of St. Vincent. We don't want her aping the 70s. You know, that's just, that wasn't a good look for me. The album's got 4 Grammy nominations. And it's back to her roots a little bit more like, you know, aping Tori Amos and 9 Inch Nails, but whatever. At number 5, the top 5, man, these are all real solid records here, boys and girls. At number 5, talk about returns. It's the return of the great Robert Smith and The Cure. The new album is called Songs of a Lost World, and a lot of people have been hyping this thing up, and I kind of, you know, I didn't really want to listen to it because, you know, their last album, 413 Dream, kind of didn't do it for me, so I didn't want to ruin my good memories and my happy times with Robert Smith, but, oh, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. This album is an absolute winner. You got a new player in the band. You've got Reeves Gabriels playing guitar. Yeah, it's him from Tin Machine, so that's really cool. Joined by the usual suspects, Simon Gallup, who's been there, well, not since day 1, but right after 3 Imaginary Boys, I guess he showed up. Roger O'Donnell, been in the band since 87, and Jason Cooper playing drums since 95. All these songs are written by Robert Smith. This is the first time it's been that way on a Cure album since Head on the Door. This is just a winner all the way around. And Prog fans, yeah, you're right. You should like this album. At number 4, another band that's not Prog that us proggers have kind of adopted as one of our own, and it is Elbow and their 10th album, Audio Vertigo. Guy Garvey's group, this is a very consistent band. You look at a lot of bands where you've got, members shifting in and out, and it does affect their sound and their style and their vibe and the whole chemistry thing. No problem like that with Elbow. It's been basically the same lineup since day one. They used on their vision board about what this album should sound like, the Beastie Boys, Sly and the Family Stone, and the Meters. I don't hear any of that, but what I do hear is a dedication to beat and rhythm and making sure that, when the drums hit, they hit hard, man. You don't have to I wonder what the drummer's doing. Oh, man, it's all right up front. It's rhythmically very, very precise. Very cool record. Songs like Baloo, Lover's Leap, Very Heaven, The Picture. Kind of reminded me of Spoon and the Arctic Monkeys, but of course the ever-present ghost of Peter Gabriel looms over everything at number 3. Here, hold on a second. I'm getting a little bit of dry mouth here. Yeah, it's exciting. The tension is palpable. Who's going to be in the top 3, boys and girls? Well, at number 3, I've got Guided by Voices, Strut of Kings, their 40th album, which is almost ridiculous. They really padded their numbers recently since their reformation with this new lineup in 2017. They have put out 17 albums, which is almost, it's unconscionable. How does one band do that? They've all been good, but this is a special album, just like in 2018, where Space Gun was the only album they put out. This is the only album they put out in 2024, and it does signal that it is special and it is, sequenced perfectly. This, that, and the other thing. I totally agree. Serene King, Caveman Running, those were like Running Naked. Those were the first 2 singles, but you dive deep into this album, you got great tracks like Fictional Environment Dream, one of my favorite Pollard songs in a long time, and the opener, man, Show Me the Castle. It's Guided by Voices. You knew it was going to make my list, didn't you guys? Anyway, at number 2, this was tough between number 1 and number 2, but I am going with Cursive and Devourer. This is the Omaha band's 10th album and the first for Hit and Run Records. I don't think that new label's doing them a whole bunch of favors. I was thinking about doing a review for this album, and I was looking on YouTube, and not one single review of this album of a band that used to Kinda Matter back when they were on Saddle Creek and whatnot, Tim Casher's group. It keeps getting larger and larger. He keeps adding members. It's like, oh, the Ugly Organ had a cello player, so we need to get another cello player back. Oh, we got a touring drummer and a studio drummer. Well, let's bring them both on. They're both here on this album. I guess they're like an 8-piece band now, whatever. But this album is absolutely dynamite. It carried on like the first 3 songs, which are Botch Job, Up and Away, and The Avalanche of Our Demise. Those 3 songs are 3 of the best songs I've heard all year. Kind of dips in the middle. But whatever, man. That's the only reason it's not at number 1. If you're new to the band, check out 2003's The Ugly Organ, 2006's Happy Hollow, or 2012's I Am Gemini. There's plenty of prog in this band. Absolutely there is. Oh, but that leaves you to number 1. Oh, what is it, guys? Oh, it is none other than Cloud Cult and their 12th album, Alchemy Creek. And, I don't wish anything bad on any artist. I consider myself an artist too, so I don't want, anybody to, have any bad voodoo put on nobody, but it just seems certain artists just do better with tragedy, sadness, and, rough things happen along the way, and it is no different here for this album where, I guess Craig Minowa and his long-term wife, Connie, got divorced, and he goes off into this remote cabin in the Wisconsin woodlands. Wait a second, we've heard that story before, but nobody pulls the old heartstrings more than Craig Minowa. When he's making you cry, he's also making you think about how beautiful the world is at the same time. It's just an amazing trick. I don't know how he does it. He's always used the death of his son Caden as, shut up, Oliver, I'm trying to do a video here. He's used the death of his son Caden as fuel to his fire, as it were, his creative fuel. And now I guess he's going to use his divorce that same way, because this is the best album he has done in a long, long time. I could make a case that maybe it's the best thing he's ever done, with songs like Got Your Backpack, Open That Back Door. Boy, what a way to start an album. Let's just talk about our divorce right off the rip. Ben Gibbard should have done that when he did his solo album, right? He's married to a superstar, right? And he did a divorce album, a breakup album. Come on. It's always a good idea. I hate to be crass. I don't want to be that guy. But, if you're an artist going through that kind of pain, man, you don't utilize, that in your art. Either the relationship was fake and phony to start with, Ben Gibbard, or, you just don't really care about it. And, that's a problem to me. You should care. You should care about putting out the best product you possibly could. The universe woke up as you. I am a force field. As beautiful as it hurts might be, the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. Craig Minowa, Cloud Cult, the pride of St. Cloud, Minnesota, gets my #1 spot. And I hate the fact that they're all environmental lefties, because that means no vinyl for me. But, yeah. It's all good in the hood, man. Anyway, join us tomorrow on the program when we are going to be talking about the top songs of 2024. So that's basically anything under 15 minutes qualifies. And then next week, we're going to be doing Epic of the Week. And as always, join in Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. This week's going to be a really, really good show, as I welcome Patrick Lundstrom from Ritual and from Kaipa, doing a little victory lap. Yeah, I did name Ritual's new album the #1 album of 2024. So we're going to be sitting down talking about our favorite Queen songs. How about that, boys and girls? Anyway, peace in the Middle East, free Tibet, and God save the king. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.